Okay, so this is PlayStation Plus free games, and this is Pixeljunk Monsters Ultimate HD. And basically, guess what it is? Guess what it is? It's a tower defense game, and it's super average. Average in like every respect. So you got 1 player, 2 player, online play, Tiki Hut. This room stores all your prizes. So yeah, amazing. So you got 1 player, and basically you've got 3 islands, and you go through the islands completing each level, and that's basically the game. And this is it. So I've done about I don't know, we can check one. Well, that's the tutorial. 1, 2, about 5 or 6 levels, and they take quite long. They take about 10 to 20 minutes each, and basically it's a tower defense game through and through. Nothing. Basically that's the game. That's the game. Here we go. So basically you have a base with 20 little guys, and if a guy gets to your base, that knocks off one of them, and if you lose all of them, you lose. So you've got arrow turrets, anti-air turrets, and you've got cannons, and you've also got 3 others, but they're locked at the moment, guessing for later. And you can build towers on the trees, which is kind of odd. And enemies drop coins, as you would expect, and they also drop these little blue gems which can be used to upgrade. But also you can go up to a turret, start doing a dance, and it starts upgrading it very slowly, which is very odd. Or you can just use one of your blue gems to upgrade it immediately. This isn't going very well already. Build a cannon. Now, I would say the game's actually quite... If you don't... Oh god, I've already lost loads. Oh no! Let's restart that level. If you don't if you don't start immediately and pay attention, you can get screwed really easy in this game. Really easily. So I gave it that. It's quite challenging. And there's obviously different types of enemies. You've got spiders, which are fast. And obviously different different towers are better for different enemies, obviously. And sometimes you find coins in the trees if you walk into them. Oh, I found a blue gem there, which can be used to upgrade. Let's upgrade you. And that's the game. That's the game. Basically, that's the game. Now, the problem with this, right, is it's so average in every sense. I mean, the graphics are fine, but this is the type of game that I would play at school when the teacher wasn't looking. You know, like a flash game. And that's the best way for me to describe it. And spiders are really fast. Now I'd say one thing this game can kind of get kind of boring, because there are some levels where the enemies move so slow and you're just waiting for the round to end, and I think the game really needs a fast forward button. I think that would help it quite a bit. Now these guys are slow. These guys you really need the cannons for. Like I said, it's weird. You do this. I kind of like the fact that you don't have to. You can still upgrade. You do like a little dance, and it starts upgrading the turret but slowly. I kind of like that feature, that's cool. And if you're wondering if there's a story, there's no story. It's just get level to level, so you have no idea who you're playing as, and you've no idea who these little things are you're defending, and so yeah. I mean, there's not even a cutscene at the beginning. There's nothing. There's no voice acting, nothing, which you don't need, but it would be kind of nice to know who the hell I am. And you can get killed, but if you run into an enemy, you will basically explode into a load of coins, and you have to quickly pick up your coins again, kind of like Sonic. And I think the problem with this is it kind of really drags on. The levels take freaking forever just to complete. You know, like 10 to 20 minutes sometimes. You know, and obviously each wave gets longer and longer. So these guys are flying guys, and you got to use anti-air. Well, anti-air turrets are best against them. You don't have to use anti-air turrets. It looks like I've screwed this up. Like I said, the game is challenging. You know, if you don't place the turrets in the right place, you can get kind of screwed. Oh, I got lucky there. Now, if you don't lose a single whatever they are, you get a rainbow at the end, a special rainbow bonus, and that, I believe that unlocks like special levels. Uh-oh, this ain't good. This is very bad. Oh no, I think it's okay. But strangely enough, I kind of find it kind of not compelling, just kind of, and not even addicting. I just find myself playing it, you know what I mean? Like, I guess this is a game you could kind of play, you know, when you're doing nothing else. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like a Flash game, but at the same time, it kind of does. I mean, I've played better Flash games at school, really, than this. You know, funner ones that are much more fast-paced. And I think the problem is that the tower designs are very generic. You know, there's nothing. It's basically arrow, cannon, anti-air gun. I mean, there's nothing. You know, nothing cool looking at all. Oh, I lost one. Not going to get the rainbow now. And the problem is that the levels take so long that you're not really going to want to replay the level to try and get the rainbow bonus for not losing any monsters. Cannons are obviously good for taking out a group of enemies. Okay, so we got a big guys coming now. Best to have some cannons. And I believe you can upgrade the towers about 4 or 5 times until you can't upgrade them anymore. and at the end of each level there is a boss, sort of. There's like one big last enemy, but the problem is he moves about half a mile an hour, so you're just waiting. You know you're going to kill him, but you're just waiting for him to eventually die, and it takes forever, and it kind of really drags, because you can't do anything. All you're doing is standing there, watching the enemy go round while he's slowly being killed, and there's no way of fast forwarding, which I think there should be. You can sell turrets, obviously. You don't get the full amount back, as you would expect. I believe turrets also start to upgrade if they get kills, which is nice. Oh, I sold that by accident. I've actually found myself selling stuff by accident quite a bit. Just because of the way the UI works. So if I leave it on there, as you see, I come back and it's still there. I wish it would reset back to that. Oh well, we got a new enemy type. First time I've seen these bats. That's kind of cool. Uh-oh. Those bats. They're dangerous. And there's 20 waves of this, and we're only on wave 11. Dragging on a bit yet? I think so. Look, these guys are different. They've got shields on them. They're quite a bit stronger. I would also say the turrets are really quiet. Like, I can tell the sound effects actually are quite good, but they're so quiet. Like, if the sound effects were a lot louder, you know, the turrets would sound a lot meatier. And the sound effects are good, but they're so quiet, and I've got the sound effects turned up to maximum. Oh dear, we are starting to do poorly now. Like I said, the game is quite challenging. But I said the reason for that is because of the fact that you're not really concentrating because it's taking so long to do the level, and then you're suddenly realising, oh shite. And sometimes they look like they glitch out, which is kind of odd, and they go the wrong way and they suddenly turn around. Like I was saying, like, you sometimes just start to do poorly because the game's so slow, you kind of forget, you know, and like all of a sudden you suddenly get, you know, absolutely mobbed by 100 enemies. Before you can do anything, you're screwed. And I said, like, obviously this is a PS Vita game, right? So why are the levels this long? Why are the levels this long? I mean, they're like 20-minute levels. Like, why? It's a PS Vita game. Shouldn't you have like mini 5-minute levels that you can complete like 2 or 3 of them in like one little sitting? You know. Coins eventually disappear over time, so if you don't pick them up quickly, you can actually zoom the map out, which I would suggest doing, actually. You see, look, I don't know if they're glitching out or if they're supposed to do yet, but they suddenly start going down here and then suddenly turn around like, oh no. And it's like a fake out. It's a bit cheap, really. It's like, oh, should I make turrets down there? And you're like, no, maybe, yes, I don't know. I mean, you'd think a game that looks like this wouldn't be very challenging. I mean, a PS Vita game, I don't know. But it is actually quite challenging, as you can probably see. Even with all these cannons, and like, all of them at least upgraded once, you know, you can still get really destroyed. Oh look, all of a sudden, lovely. So I've lost. I've lost. Ah, I've lost. I lost. Wow. That's the first time I've lost. I failed. And now, guess what I got to do? Guess what I got to do? I got to start it all over again. That 20-minute. I was doing that for 20 minutes. And guess what? Start all over again. Are you shitting me? So yeah, I'm going to say this game is kind of crap. It's pretty crappy. I mean, it's super slow. It's really cheap because, like you saw then, they were all going around here and then all of a sudden, no, they're going to come down here. Like, that's super cheap. And then you've got to start 20 minutes all over again. And there's no fast forward button. You know. And the game's tutorial isn't very good either. It's like really kind of shallow and kind of crappy really as well. And that's it. And that's the game. This basically the whole game. I'd say it's not it's actually kind of a crappy tower defense game, you know. Like, I wouldn't call it average. It's kind of crap. You know, it really is kind of crap. And if you're gonna, it's like, I like the fact that the game's difficult, and like if you don't place the towers in the right place, you're screwed. Like I did there, I placed and it's really best for me to restart. I don't mind that, but if you're gonna have 20-minute levels, at least let me fast forward through the level. You can't do that, game. You can't have it so where if you place one turret in the wrong area, you're screwed, and then you have to replay a whole 20-minute level. So that is Pixeljunk's Monsters Ultimate. Don't play it. It's actually kind of shite. It's kind of shit. It's not very good. It's super average. You know. Like, I'd say it's even worse than average. I'd say it's you know, I'd say it's worse than average, which is kind of crap. I mean, when I had more fun playing Flash tower defense games at school, you know you haven't made a very good tower defense game. So apparently all those 5 turrets wasn't enough to kill these guys. Like I said, I don't mind that. I like the fact that, you know, you have to place the turrets in the right area. But if you're going to make it so, you know, one mistake, you're dead, you can't have a 20-minute level and then you have to restart the whole level again. You can't do that. That's wasting my time. I mean, especially in the PS Vita game, you know, you're supposed to play PS Vita games in, like, little 10-minute bursts, you know, great on the bus or on a train. You're not going to play a 20-minute mission and then be, you know, if you lose, you've got to start it all over again. It's just insane. It's just absolutely insane how they thought that was a good idea. So yeah, that's Pixeljunk Monsters Ultimate HD. Don't play it. It's just a waste of your time. Go, if you want to play it, here's what you do. Type in Flash Tower Defense games. You will find 10 times better ones than this. And thank God I got it for free, because I would have been pissed if I'd have bought this. But it is only £10, but still. So yeah, don't buy it. Don't play it. It's shite.